impressive results, especially in the SSL. He's in the winners final for that. And Reality is one of those solid Terran players. He's been around since Brood War, but I think Dark might just be too good of a player right now. He's in so good form right now.
Well, yeah, as far as results currently, I mean, this is a bit of a mismatch, right? This is, now, maybe they've engineered some kind of special strategy against Dark. I mean, certainly Samsung is aware of their place in the world right now when compared against SK Telecom. If you have to take them out in just one game, maybe they've got something up their sleeve. Maybe they've all studied Dark's play enough. They know some way to actually outmaneuver him, some way to outthink him. Maybe they know a few chinks in his armor, maybe in the first 8 minutes or something, where they can come out, you know, throw him for a loop. But that's sort of what we saw happen to Deer in that last game, right? I mean, they really just picked the right build there, Dream did, along with the rest of his team probably helping him and advising him. And he came out on top. So maybe with a player like Dark, where there's tons of data out there, maybe Reality's team could be able to help him out some way, and we can have an upset here.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we see some sort of timing push from Reality. Rax Marine's been very popular. Life did that to take out Yol, but we just got to wait and see. And we see the predictions. We're all picking Dark, so no surprises here. Dark, pretty much one of the top players in career right now.
Yeah, no, Dark is really scary. This was an easy choice for me when they asked me for my predictions this morning. I said, look, I mean, I think it's going to be one of those 7-0 decisions, and it was, man. Dark is coming into this. The world is expecting him to win, but we do have upsets all the time in Starcraft 2.
For sure, especially in Pro League, the best one format for each player, but we just got to wait and see how this game goes. Reality is known for being a very third-league player, but Lerilak Crest doesn't really promote that sort of playstyle, so...
Well, also, Dark can go into the late game and be ahead pretty much all the time, so it's going to be tough, man. I mean, how do you beat the guy that can't be beaten right now?
Yeah, exactly.
Beaten, not beaten. He's never been beaten before, GTR. All right, guys, by the way, tell your friends to join us here at the SPL. We got a fantastic day today. It's going to be a lot of really good games. SPL just turned out to be absolutely fantastic this season.
Yeah, so looks like we're still waiting to get into this game right now. Okay, the Koreans have...
we're ready to go. All right, guys, this is game number 2, Reality versus Dark at the SPL. Over here in the upper left are Blue Terran Reality. And in the bottom right in the orange, the favorite in this match, Dark.
A lot of fans there for Dark, wooing for him.
Wooing.
Woo! But yeah, cross-spawned here, so...
You heard the term woo boys or woo girls?
Woo girls?
Woo boys and woo girls. These are like people that, like, when you go out, you go to the club, they'll go like woo woo.
Thank you for coming to.
Oh, thanks for coming down, guys. Welcome.
Is that Ukrainian?
I am not going to pretend.
I'm pretty sure that's Cyrillic, so it's Russia.
That's certainly an Eastern European. I'm not going to pretend to be wise enough to know exactly. I think you really went out on a limb there when you said Ukraine, considering I have probably knowledge of that region of the world, but from Eastern Europe. Guys, welcome down. Thank you so much for being here. Hope you're enjoying the games. Yeah, we had some woo girls down there in the audience, man. Wooing.
Woo.
Woo! 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 Yeah. So, in this game, we do see it's cross spots. That can be a good thing for Dark here. Of course, we have to see what exactly does Reality have in store for us. He may just play a normal game. Sometimes we really do see crazy upsets like that, but I feel like against a player like Dark, I mean, how do you beat this guy in a normal game if you're not in the same rank as him?
As we see the Reality doing a really nice move there. He moves his SFV to that bottom of the expansion to see if the Overlord comes up. means that he knows that if the Overlord's coming up, because a lot of Zerg players on any map, really, they always scout towards the expansion.
Right.
And then using that Overlord, they see if the building's being placed there or not, and then they can just easily move it back.
That was actually a really good call there, GTR. I really like what you said. That was a subtle thing that I think a low-level player would just not at all notice, but you're completely right. You come down there, and that way you can at least check, and that's why he's setting his Reaper to the upper right. It's because he can pretty much confirm, due to the skill of his opponent, he's either in the top right, and if not there, then he has to be in the bottom right, and that's where Reality's headed to now.
Yep, so Reaper out. It actually goes by the expansion and then moves back out. Doesn't actually bother to go up the ramp. So he's pretty confident Dark isn't doing any one-base shenanigans here. As these two Lings actually doing a lot of that.
This is really bad.
That's really bad.
This is really bad because he should be able to get the SCV.
Yeah.
Now the Lings can go after this Marine.
Oh, that SCV is actually doing a nice shot. Ooh, nice
yeah,
damage from
really
the SCV,
nicely
actually.
done.
Yeah. But this Reaper gets deflected, I assume, by this Queen. We didn't get to see it on the screen.
There is a chance that he could try to come up and come around. Got to be careful because you do want to scout with the Reaper, but if you lose it, you don't have any way of telling if the Zerg's about to do anything crazy and you know, come right at you.
So it's always good to have that Reaper at the bottom of the ramp, but speed is out for those Zerglings, and he's actually getting the Overlord upgrade, so we might see some cute drops here.
Yeah, let's see what exactly this means. I'm still kind of getting the hang of this being used, in Legacy, and in StarCraft 2 I've not been the Zerg guy. So I'm always kind of curious to see how this all pans out. But yeah, let's wait and see what exactly happens. We do have a third base being taken, and it appears that Reality is setting up for some tank harass.
So he gets that factory with the tech low. I thought he was going to go for Banshees, but it looks like he's just getting that starport just for that Medivac. So we're going to see some tank evac play. I'm really curious to see how well he uses that tank evac to harass Dark right now, because Dark, all he has is speedlings, and if he plays his cards right with that tank vac, he can do a lot of damage. Oh, but Dark's gonna see it.
Yep, and I think that's what that Overlord Scout was for, is to just get in there and see what kind of tech the Terran was doing. There's so many different techs Terran can actually do while playing like this. It would be pretty huge, by the way, if he did see that third base. That might trigger Zerg to do some kind of attack pretty quickly here. Yeah,
so you see the Reaper actually getting to the base of Dark. Dark only still working off that one gas in the main, and I think this Reaper actually goes. Yes, it does.
Oh man, he cleans it up.
And this tank just sitting there at the front of the creep. He can just pick that up easily though if those Zerglings do come out and try and kill it.
Yeah, that's basically to keep the creep at bay. And to take out any Lings or anything else like that could be scouting here. But Terran is, yeah, he's going for these three bases quite quickly. Okay, Dark has identified this. So he does know. Now the question is, how exactly does Dark respond here? Of course, these Lings have to be careful against this tank. I mean, Terran can micro this tank around for days without losing it against a bunch of Lings and a few slow queens on the ground.
And we've got two tanks out with those two medivacs, so I'm not a maths person, but I'm pretty sure those two tanks can one-shot a queen if they get targeted. I'm not too sure on that, but I guess that's why Reality's working off these two tanks rather than just the one.
Well, I think it's beyond even just that. It's even just the amount of damage. Yeah, it's actually more than that.
Yeah.
But it's enough that when he's coming out right now, he can keep them contained in even a stronger manner, right? Even if it's like a larger group of Lings, the splash damage is optimized even further. And really, it's no more difficult to micro these two siege tanks with medivacs here than it is to micro one. So this is pretty smart. And you can see already with the way the terrain is set up here, you can abuse this pretty heavily, and there's not a ton that Zerg can do. I mean, a lot of Zerg players have said they've had a very difficult time against stuff like this.
I love how those Zerglings follow the tank.
Just right-clicked on the tank,
right-clicked on the tank there. And so, actually, gets a couple of Lings up there to tank. He does not want to lose that tank, though. It's nice. This is some really nice
footwork.
Some really nice play here from Reality with those tank evacs. He's able to take his third relatively unharassed so far and saturate, add barracks. Really nice move here from Reality, for sure.
Okay, we have a lot geared up right now for Zerg. He's really beginning to actually start pumping out his army as tech gets done a little bit later here. And you can see right now, Reality doing a fantastic job here against Dark, driving him back.
I mean, Dark doesn't really have enough queens here to deflect the medivacs here. And these roaches, they don't have speed. The Ravager, you've only got one Ravager, so you can only cast one Corrosive Bile. That is not enough for these tanky backs. And now,
yeah, I'm a little bit surprised that he's actually out here underneath this. I mean, this is exactly what Terran wants, is to just keep dropping this. And we're going to have a follow-up push here from Reality.
Yeah, well, we see Infestors coming out here for Dark, especially taking that third base and adding those gases there. But another cool thing with these tanky backs is that as much as Dark wants to spread his creep out, those tanky backs are always going to snipe those creep tumors.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. There's just not a ton that he can actually do to stop this. And already we see the Corrosive Biles coming down here. Connecting there with those medevacs, actually very low on HP. If you can get a Queen over there to hit that, that would be huge. He does manage to snipe that tank down. The idea behind Reality's push, quite good, but the execution, as of now, not as strong as I think he'd want it to be.
Yeah, I think that Reality should just work off the fact that he has these medevacs and he has this Marine army to just do some multi-task harassment here. Maybe he can drop it to third base as, yeah, okay, Reality has to move back now because he sees that there's enough Ravagers that it's gonna defend this. Oh, that's a nice snipe there from the Queen. But yeah, he's pretty much, okay, as I said, doing the drops now, but it looks like Dark's got a nice defense going right now. So. Yeah,
this is kind of Dark being Dark here. If you notice, the supplies are actually pretty impressively ahead here for Zerg, considering the Terrans harass. Now he's going to be able to come down here. Fungal's already catching this, and this is going to allow Corrosive Biles to hit these tanks if he wants, or even just the roaches themselves.
Oh, he has to move back there. I thought he would snipe that fourth base building there. Oh, a really nice snipe here from Reality, seeing that those Overlords are placed out of position, but I don't think it really matters in the end because it's 192 Overlords worth of supply for Dark. I thought he'd have okay, yeah.
Yeah, there's some cases where the Zergs actually just make all of their Overlords at once. Oh no, if this connects onto an Infestor, that's pretty big. Oh, nice.
Nice.
Queen soaks for that.
Checks it out.
Also, if you notice, just with the Overlord placement, it was a little bit better before he sniped some of those, but he had really good placement there to check for drops. So Dark was playing pretty safe this whole game.
The Baneling Nest, because Banelings really work well with that Infestor, Ravager.
Oh, for sure,
combo,
yeah.
Because you fungal those the army of the Terran, and they can't move around anywhere, and it does a lot of damage. As we see here, actually, Dark is posturing to maybe do a flank at the top side. I'm not too sure, but it looks like Reality is privy to this, and he's going to move down, try and take this fourth out.
Okay, he's starting to come up here now. The Roaches and the Lynx are spilling forward. He takes out the tank. Really, the Terran does not have a lot of muscle without these tanks. This becomes just a basic heart of the swarm push here. And let's see if some of these Fungals can connect. No, he backs up again.
As we see here, Marauders.
Oh, beautiful play there. Corrosive Biles coming down a little bit later, though.
Yeah, if he got those Corrosive Biles out earlier than that, he would have cleaned up his army, but Reality was able to stem, get back in time, and he's doing a lot of damage here right now.
Okay, these Corrosive Biles are doing a very good job as the Terran army is beginning to get thinned out here.
Oh, he has to move back with this medevacs. But he did take out all those Infestors, though, so that was...
Yeah, well, you know, it's the Fungal connected, and then he didn't Corrosive Bile in time, so what are you going to do, right?
Yeah, like, Reality was really quick on moving back as soon as that Fungal growth expired, so it could have gone a lot worse for him in that situation, but luckily he managed to get through that.
We see the Marines and Marauders actually coming up here and denying the mining here on the fourth base. Meanwhile, we have a counterattack up here in the center left with these Lings. They want to try to get a cancel there. Terran continuing to push forward right now, stimming. The hatchery's taking a lot of damage and the drones are being evacuated. Dark might actually lose this game.
Yeah, actually, Reality's defended that counterattack there at the 9 o'clock quite well. So, but Ultras are out, and you know how good Ultras are right now in the meta.
Well, we'll see, man. I mean, he's got to make sure those Fungals can connect. He's got to keep his Infestors alive here.
Yeah, as we see the Liberators are coming out for Reality, and it doesn't actually kill those rocks, but yeah, with this like, the thing is, Dark, he's invested a lot of gas into the Ultras, which means that he doesn't really have any gas to build
oh my god, this is such a good connection.
Oh, eight drones though.
Yeah, that was pretty big. Yeah. That's almost unforgivable, man.
I mean, especially in a situation like this where...
Go ahead, please.
As we see... okay. Oh, nice hit there from the Widowmine. Looks like actually Dark wants to take this army. No, he moves back. As we have a lull there, he lost a lot of drones at that fourth base, which means he had to re-drone. And losing these drones at this stage of the game is really bad for Dark.
You know, the problem right now is that the only thing he can really do is try to stay alive on on his 4th base and just keep tearing off the 4th and pray.
Yeah.
Oh man, not actually getting one of those Widow Mines back there. Coming down here with a Liberator push. This is really where it starts to put a hamper here on the Zerg. Dark continuing to push forward. Dark with just not quite enough supply here. And beautiful connections there with those Ravagers. A big blow there by Reality, but still the number game is going to Reality so far.
Yeah, I don't think this is a good idea to keep attacking to this narrow choke point because those Corrosive Vials have less surface area to work with, which means that those units of Reality, it's just way easier for Dark to just kill these units off, but Reality is nearly maxed.
Oh
nice
my god, a beautiful
and a
flank here.
As well. Reality has to move back here.
I almost for a second thought that Liberator was going to die. I'm like, how tough is that thing? So he's held the push. He's sending his drones over there to mine at his 4th base. Terran does not have a 4th base just yet with supplies virtually tied.
Yeah, supplies are tied, and I think this is the moment where Dark can win this game because he's taken the bulk of Reality's army out. Reality's only got these bio units. There's only one Liberator. Oh, nice slap there with the Liberator, and I don't think he has enough Liberators to deflect these Ultralisks.
Yeah, you know, there's enough Ravagers. I don't think the Liberators are even really a threat. I think he can just start to rain down hell on top of them. Also, tanks are not a part of this game anymore. So I think the next goal here for Dark is to try to regroup, get a solid army, get some more Infestors out here, and try to go for some kind of a push. He also needs to be really careful because these Widow Mines, there's 2 of them I see on the map so far that are getting a lot of kills, and it doesn't seem like Dark is quite cleaned up the inside of his own base.
Yeah, it's a really tough position here from Dark because even though Security's 4th, his 3rd base is nearly mined out. I'm pretty sure his main is mined out as well. That 2nd base is nearly mined out as well, so Dark is playing in a very low economic position right now. Reality's taken that 9 o'clock base as well, so he's got something to work with at the moment.
The problem is I think Reality's actually almost completely mined out his other bases that's not his 4th because he has those mules coming out here. You know, some Corruptors. We have actually some Vipers coming in here. Wants to harpoon any important units into that.
Yeah, Parasitic Bomb will be pretty useful if Reality is very sloppy and stacks those medevacs up, so we'll have to see how this game shapes up because both players are playing on the edge right now.
Okay, he's grouping up again over here. And it looks like he's interested in possibly in attacking. Oh no, excuse me. Zerg's actually going to take another base up here. This might be the wiser decision of the 2. Try to make this game drag out a little bit longer. The only other available realistic base that Terran can take is the top center, where Zerg can probably take the top right and probably the bottom center. Not the easiest thing to do, but definitely easier for Zerg than it is for Terran. Well, and he can do all of this while he tries to finish up his end game tech here.
Yeah, I think at this stage of the game, Dark rather, doesn't really care about that bottom positioning right now. He's just focusing on just moving up towards that top right base. As we see a drop here from Reality, not really doing too much damage to be honest, just sort of a bit of mining there at that 3rd base, but this ultra's going to clean it up. As we see Reality now posturing to do a push here at Dark's 4th.
And the medevac is actually going to loop around here, coming back into the main. Now this is actually all, you know, to pull the Zerg back here because he wants to hit this base right here that's being scanned. And I don't think Dark's going to take it. Dark's moving in now.
See how much damage this army does. Oh, Dark with some Corrosive Vials gets the Liberator, and Reality has to move back. There's just way too many Ultralisks here.
Yeah, he harpooned in some of those Liberators there to try to get the Corruptors to do some damage to him. We do see the Ultralisk Cavern is being targeted here. I think this is a bit of an overextension here from
Dark.
Dark.
To move back here. He has to move back to free because he's defended that 4th base quite fine. And he loses that Ultralisk Cavern as well, but these Liberators are actually going to do a lot of damage to these drones, and the Corruptors are too occupied with that medevac.
Yeah, he needs to get back over there and start doing some more damage to these Liberators. This is actually a huge disaster right now for Dark. Dark just does not seem to have enough anywhere at any point in time to help him hold off this attack.
Yeah, Dark's defense has been uncharacteristically sloppy this game because
yeah, it really has been.
He lost that Ultralist den, he also lost that spawning pool. He has to rebuild those, and in the state right now, you can see the mineral count right now is that Dark is hurting for minerals. He needs those minerals to build those tech buildings. But
all right, he's coming up now. One Liberator still positioned here. More Ultras coming up right now. Does he have enough, though? I don't see enough Lings paired with this or anything else. And I think the Ultras are just going to get gunned down. And I think actually Reality is going to win this game in a crazy upset, GTR.
Wow, Reality did some really impressive play this game. I guess everyone casting was completely wrong about this game.
Yeah, you can't underestimate some of these guys. Sometimes the underdog, we've already seen this twice so far, it could come out and dominate with a good read and a good build.
I mean, Reality played a straight-up game and he won quite convincingly. Well, this game isn't over yet. Like, we can't really count out Dark right now. But
I think it should be over, but let's see what happens. I mean, one Swarmos, he might send this over to an expansion somewhere to try to do some harass from there.
That is like literally the first time I've seen Swarmos so far in Pro League. That's really funny. But yeah, it looks like Reality's just posturing for the final blow here. He's got that nice positioning there where the 4th and 5th base are, he's got that ramp, or not ramp, but choke point secured with that Liberator. He's going to snipe his hatchery out as well.
Corruptors are going to come up here. He has some Roaches, no Ultralisks with this though. He just never seems to have the right army composition at the right time. It's just not enough. I mean, we are moments away from seeing. Yep, there it is.
GG.
GG. Whoa, today is weird. Today is a weird day, guys. Very, very strange results.
I can feel my percentage rate just plummeting right now.
Well, don't worry. I think mine's going to get a lot worse now.
But yeah, really nice play there from Reality. Love the opening with the tanks and the medivacs.
Yeah.
Stopped Dark from taking that 4th base, stopped him from spreading creep out, and when that Marine push came in, I think it did enough damage that Dark couldn't really get back to the game, especially when Reality secured his 3rd base.
Well, also, we saw these Widow Mines getting planted that were just continuously doing damage, especially the one over at that base where he got 8 drones. It just did not seem like Dark was vigilant enough to actually defend his harass that was coming from every different angle. And this is a frustrating moment. I mean, I think he probably, and his team probably thought he had a shoe in to get the win here, and they wouldn't have to worry as much about the other matches. But instead, in an odd turn of events, Dark has lost his game here for SK Telecom.
Yeah, so we thought the momentum would be in SK Telecom's favor with that first win against Dream, taking that win rather. But it looks like Reality is surprised everyone. He's taking a game against Dark, who is arguably one of the top Zerg players in Korea right now.
Right.
And this is what Samsung needed to stay motivated in this series.
All right, guys. Well, our results so far, 1-1. Both games, I think, to somebody who watches a good amount of StarCraft 2, a bit of an upset, exciting stuff. We have no idea who's going to come out on top. We are going to go to a short break, and when we return, we'll be coming back with more action here at the SPL. Stay tuned.